This is the Craft Cascade Beer Channel, and my name is Jacob.
Roshni.
I'm David.
And we're here to open some really good double IPAs.
Yee.
Starting off with the one, the only, Pliny the Elder.
Woo! I'm excited for this, dude.
Let's see if I can do the honors here.
Yep,
Properly.
let's crack her open.
Yeah, alright.
I'm excited for this. I have no idea how this is going to taste at all whatsoever.
It can be a little bit more generous with the pours.
Is it going to be
There's
pine?
a decent amount. It should be pretty piney, from what I remember, which was a while ago. So, and you have never had Pliny,
No,
right?
I've
And you
never
had
had
it.
I've had
several
it
years ago.
about 6 to 8 years ago, somewhere in that range. It's been a while.
Yeah, you can definitely. There's more.
Okay.
Mm.
No.
Ooh, this smells delicious.
Oh yeah, that's just straight up
It's
hops,
interesting.
pine.
I'm just interested in seeing what the huge hype is about this beer, though. Everyone and their moms has said this is such a great beer. It smells freaking delicious.
It's just really, like, the aroma is incredibly juicy. It's like...
You know what it is? I think when I first had it, I still didn't know what the fuck I was doing, tasting wise, and I remember it being quite bitter. I mean, it is bitter, but
This is pretty juicy, dude.
this, like it's got a good amount of just sweetness and just hop flavor rather than just overwhelming bitterness.
Yeah, there's enough malt in it that it stands up to the hops, but it's not overwhelmingly syrupy like some IPAs are. This is good.
I think that, as someone who doesn't know anything about Pliny the Elder, I would say that this is a pretty good West Coast IPA. However, I do not think it's my favorite.
All right.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I remember when I bought it on tap, being a little bitch about having to pay more money for it and getting like a smaller amount because I didn't know what the hell I was ordering. But that's $10 for a 500 milliliter. It really isn't very much. I mean, yeah, it's not a full bomber, but I mean, it's a healthy amount.
Well, to give your, how old are you? Like 21-year-old self some credit. Okay. And when you're 21 and you're barely drinking, well, okay, most of us aren't barely drinking, but regardless,
You're usually barely drinking craft beer.
Yeah, it's okay. You're barely drinking
For
craft
sure.
beer at 21, right? So I would give your 21-year-old some credit because of the fact that no one wants to spend $10 on one bottle of beer when you can buy a 6-pack for $10 and get drunk off that 6-pack. I mean,
21-year-old me didn't really know how to savor.
Right? When you're 21, all you care about is how drunk you can get and how fast, right?
I was just poor. You can't always afford these things.
I don't know. When I was 21, whatever was cheap and worked did the job is what I was buying. Just saying.
I was one of those weirdos who actually waited till age 21 to start
Really?
drinking. Yeah.
For the most part, I did.
I started with craft beer. Like, the first alcohol
That's
I ever had
pretty awesome.
was
That is
red ale. And
very
brewed across
refined.
from UCI.
Okay, yeah.
Was
Is
it
that
still
Anteater? Or
No, it was
Cross.
just Anteater.
Okay,
It was still at
Cross.
the place that used to be there. I think they're
Okay,
kind of like
for
a
sure.
Gordon Biersch. It's like a
Biersch.
lot of fried food, and
Okay, all right.
it's the Raging Rhino Red.
Yeah, I don't think I would have appreciated this beer if I was 21 either, to be honest with you. But now that I've tasted, the different IPAs and stuff, I can definitely understand why people think this is such a great beer. However, in my opinion, is that it is very good, but it's not my favorite.
My one complaint about it is that the flavor kind of drops off quickly. Like it doesn't have much of an aftertaste like I would hope for with something this hoppy and resinous. It's just sort of like it's a zing up front and then it fades away quickly.
Yeah.
And like it's a little bit lighter body than I'd like it to be, but it's still really like solid. Like the flavor while it lasts is very good.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
Like right in the beginning, you get that forest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then to me, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but after a while, after you say, just exactly how you said, after the flavor goes away after a while, it starts tasting like dirt. Which I don't think dirt is a bad thing. Like, I think rye is like dirt,
It's earthy.
It's earthy.
Black tea.
It's like, okay. Should I start using the word earthy instead of dirt?
No, if you think it tastes like dirt, you gotta say
it tastes like dirt, man. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you just want to just taste the earth.
So overall, I would give Pliny an A, not an A-, not an A+. It doesn't really exceed my expectations, but it very much meets them.
Yeah, I like that. I'll agree.
I'd give it an A minus. Just because I know everyone's gonna hate me for this, but just because of the fact that it doesn't stick the flavor doesn't stick through the whole entire way. It's way in the front, not really in the back, and
all right.
Yeah, that's A minus for me.
All right,
it's time. And I really wanted to pair Pliny with Tongue Tickles because, in my opinion, I believe Noble Ale Works is the new school West Coast IPA. I feel that Pliny was definitely what set the standard and set the trend, and Noble is now taking that standard forward. You know, they're very much not that East Coast juicy kind of IPAs. They're still continuing the West Coast tradition of being, really hoppy, but they can showcase the different hops very well. They have a great shower series where they just kind of pick certain hops and you really get it. And no such thing. And so that's kind of why I really wanted to pair them together.
This one I'm getting a lot more of a funky, fungal, earthy smell right off the bat.
All right.
Some would call it dank.
Noble would approve.
Yep.
Okay, I can see what you're saying.
I'm getting a lot more different kind of like that, I guess, tropical sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I didn't quite get that with Pliny. It did have a sweetness, but not in the tropics.
In the aroma, you mean?
In general, really.
Yeah, it's not. Pliny's not so sweet.
This is tasty.
Yeah.
I think this is really tasty.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can understand the dankness in the smell. In the taste, though, I didn't really get the dankness. But maybe I need to warm it up a little bit. Maybe I can tell, but...
No, I'll agree with you. It's not... They have dank beers. I wouldn't really classify this one as
no, it's just a hint of dank. It's mostly of like a... kind of like a blue cheese. Like a very faint hint of like a...
Blue cheese?
Yeah, it's
blue cheese is pretty strong,
smell.
though.
Yeah. It's not blue cheese. It's more like...
Cottage cheese?
No, it's like a brie or a camembert.
Oh, brie.
Yeah.
Oh,
brie. Oh, okay.
But it's like a cheese mold is what I'm getting. And like, oh.
Pay no attention to the dog out of the screen who's begging for food.
Yeah, I like this. I like that the flavor stays with the whole thing.
It's a little sweeter. The mouthfeel on this one is fantastic.
Yeah.
It has sort of a lingering taste. It doesn't drop off as quickly.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, I think I'm biased towards Noble. I've had them more often. They're pretty local.
They are your neighbors, after all.
Basically, yeah. They're pretty great people. Just what I've experienced there. I've been to the anniversary party. That was fantastic. To me, they're just really, they make great beers. Not just this one, but this is a really good double IPA, and I wanted to, pair that with Pliny. And I think, they're pretty good together.
It holds up favorably.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I think they're very similar, except I don't get the dirt taste or earth taste in this one. So which I think is a good thing, even though I do like earthy tasting beers too. But
I'm getting a little bit more of the lingering flavor with this one. Yeah. It sticks in your palate a lot more than Pliny was, which I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, and honestly, like, you know me, I don't really care for prestige or anything, and I only know Noble I've been there like twice, so to me, I don't really have an association with them, but I would choose this beer over Pliny.
I would as well. I'm not getting, the one criticism I have with this one is that it doesn't give you quite as much of that pine forest, really resinous hop flavor. It's a different kind of hop.
I feel like this was more tropical, right?
Yeah.
More tropical.
Yeah, but I think this one it's definitely quite good. I think I would rate this like a little higher than Pliny, probably like 98 out of 100. Like A+. But...
That's pretty good. That's pretty high. That's pretty high.
It's one of those beers.
Yeah, this is delicious.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hide this.
Yeah, I just want to sit on this for a while. We just So we're gonna just wait a second and just finish all the beers.